Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our APMG Midday Mentors program. I'm delighted to have Marleen LaMont as a guest today. Hello, Marleen.
Hello, Stephan.
Marleen is the Chief Development Officer of the BRM Institute, and business relationship management is the topic that we want to talk about today. Marleen, I'm a BRMP. I've done my training and my certification with the Legacy Business Relationship Management Professional Training, which has been out for some time. But as the world is continuing to spin, people are making experience, and business relationship management is an exciting role to be in. There have to be updates. So recently, there was an update on the business relationship management professional. Can you tell me, as a legacy BRMP, what would be new in it for me?
Oh my goodness, there's so many new exciting things in it. You know why? Because BRMs got the best job in the world. So they are in a position where they are exposed to so many wonderful things that we had to take a look at our body of knowledge and ensure that we were certifying our business relationship managers with the latest and the most up-to-date information. So that is the reason why we did a latest release. The most important things in the latest release is the BRM capability itself. So the legacy version focused on what was called the BRM DNA, and the latest version is structured around the business relationship management capability itself, where it's evolve culture, build partnerships, drive value, and satisfy purpose. And within that, there's extra exciting content in there. One is around mindsets and all the different mindsets that a BRM needs to have to be able to thrive in their role. And then also we have done some really great advancements with the BRM role competency model. So those are some really great things that are part of the latest release.
Well, I'm always excited to see the big community that you are leading with the BRM Institute. In the meantime, it's worldwide. And I can imagine there's a lot of insight coming from these people within the BRM Institute community. Now, the role of the BRM is all about purpose. There has to be a certain purpose, and organizations have to have a certain purpose. We know that there are relationship-oriented organizations as an ideal form of how a company or an organization can achieve their goals, can be in the world, save the planet, and all these things. You call that relationshipism. I would like to call it relationship-oriented organizations for now. What has to happen to achieve that status?
So I'm going to say, let's call it relationship-centered. We focus on relationship-centered as not only a mindset the BRM has to have, but also the organization's mindset. Relationships are everywhere in an organization. And that is the only way an organization can truly thrive. And a business relationship manager is the one who is able to take those relationships to the next level, to be able to meet strategic purpose and achieve the goals and the results that the organization is striving for. So purpose is not only something that you have to find for the organization, but you have to find it for yourself. Mm-hmm. And business relationship managers are able to find purpose in this position in various different ways. But the most important thing is being relationship centered. It's if you're a person who loves communicating, talking to other people and engaging with them on a daily basis, this is a great job for you. If you're the type that would rather not, you might struggle a little bit in this, because it is truly about relationships. Everything you do is about relationships.
But in order to become relationship-centered, a lot of things have to come together. There has to be a willingness of the organization. There has to be an understanding. It's like very often you can't have just some local heroes. I think you need them for leading by example, but the whole organization, including the suppliers and customers, somehow have to follow the same path. We know there are examples of companies who are doing this. Yourself, you are quoting Patagonia.com and others for that. But if we look back in 2 years of the pandemic, where those organizations that had to survive or had to just make things differently, and probably some of them found a huge change in behavior, how people were behaving themselves. Suddenly collaboration was a key thing. Suddenly relationship was the top, because they had to do this and they liked it. Now when companies come back to the old world, they also come back to old routines, which is an observation. You can find that around the world, because they don't want to have that anarchy anymore. They don't want to have that unstructured. Is that just a temporary moment, and will we come back to a more structured approach? Because I agree with you, relationships are everywhere, but they have to be in an organizational context.
So I'm going to say I hope the organizations don't go back to the standard that they worked on and worked with over the years. The positive out of the pandemic is the importance of relationships. That's something that hasn't been as heightened in the past as it is now. And so I hope organizations will continue to put relationships in the forefront as they have now. We had to create a different way to establish those relationships and maintain them because of the pandemic. And people got very creative, and they were able to become innovative in ways that they didn't even know they had the possibilities of becoming. And that shouldn't stop either. Always being creative, always being, we talk about the BRM mindset, being playful, being fearless. Those are all things that you have to have. And I challenge every single BRM to not let relationships go back to what it used to be and have it be what it is now. Don't let it happen. That's your job. Your job is to make sure relationships stay is important. And your job is to make sure that your organization becomes relationship centered. So that is your charter.
I can't agree more.
And also being relationship centered, it's not just the relationship within your organizations, it's outside of the organization. So a big component of a relationship centered organization is the environment. You have to know the environment you're in, the environment your organization is in. So it's not just you, and it's not just your team, and it's just not your organization, but it's everything. So relationships are more important than ever. So that way every aspect of your organization is covered.
Thank you, Marleen. No more words to add. Absolutely appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Stephan. Bye-bye.